second we'll start.
Okay.
So
Okay.
let's move at the same simultaneously.
Okay.
So, as I already mentioned, we are in Tbilisi. Welcome to Tbilisi. This is the capital of Georgia.
Okay.
Tbilisi was founded in the 5th century.
Okay.
And starting from the 5th century, it is the capital of Georgia, till nowadays.
Okay.
So Tbilisi, I will tell you the legend how Tbilisi was established. It was founded by the king of Georgia, Vakhtang Gorgasali. So remember we were in Sketa, we saw his memorial desk at
Yes.
Sveti Cathedral. So he was hunting here with his falcon. Falcon is a type of the bird, and with falcon he was hunting on the pheasant. Pheasant, it is also kind of the bird. And you know, Tbilisi at that time was heavy forest area. So during the hunting process, you know, when falcon attacked pheasant, they both like disappeared, you know, and they found that they fell in particular location. So that particular location was sulfur bath area, which we will visit today as well. And based accordingly, he liked this very much, you know, this sulfur area. So he made this location the capital. He made it city. All the forest was like gone, and Tbilisi became the capital since the time of foundation. So let's continue. Sulfur on the Freedom Square. Freedom Square is like a main square in Georgia. So it received its name in 1918, when Georgia became independent from Russia. Because from some part of our history, you know, by force we were the part of Russia, and in 1918 Georgia became independent. So from that period, the name of this place was called Freedom Square. Later, in 1940, you know, it was renamed. The name was the new given name was Lavrenti Beria name, Lavrenti Beria Square. Okay. So Lavrenti Beria was Georgian politician, Georgian and Soviet politician, like Bolshevik activist, you know. So after that, later in 1958, the name was renamed. You know,
okay.
It became Lenin Square.
Lenin Square.
Lenin Square. Lenin was one of the leaders of this Soviet Union movement. You know, after Stalin became the main guy. Then Stalin was a Georgian. He lived in Gori. Do you remember Sikhe cave we visited? He was nearby that place, like 18 kilometers away from Sikhe. So, and then again, after the Soviet Union ruined in 1991, we reversed the name again, and it became the Freedom Square as a sign of the freedom, sign of independence, and sign of equality.
Okay.
So in 2006, here, monument of Saint George was constructed by Zurab Tsereteli, the local sculptor who has like world fame. You can see the golden statue of Saint George. Do you remember we saw icons of Saint George? And why Georgia is called Georgia? Yeah. So that was the reason. Here he's killing a dragon. Dragon, it is a sign of evil. You know.
Okay.
So it's like win over the evil. That is the concept. So we will continue now. We are going to the Old City Wall. From Old City Wall, we will pass Rezo Gabriadze Theater area.
Okay.
After that, we'll pass Anchishati Cathedral.
Okay.
See? So now we can compare, for example, the other living places which we visited today. The architecture was totally different. Correct?
Yeah.
Here, this one is like a Georgian.
Look like an ancient, you know, kind of.
Yeah, Asian and more like European. You know, it's like a synthesis of Georgian and European. in the city.
Okay.
What's the avenue name?
Rustavelli Avenue.
Okay.
Do you remember we saw like the sculpture of I mentioned that this is like a sculpture of
What?
when we were coming from Kutaisi on the entrance of the city, when we passed a little bit, we saw the sculpture of men which was fighting
Yes,
with
yes,
panther.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
this is a poem of Shota Rustavelli,
Okay.
and this avenue is called in his honor.
Okay.
Old City Wall.
All?
Old City Wall.
Okay.
Name of the location. So, but before you will see this is a kind of the Georgian architecture and how Georgian houses look like. You see, two-story, maximum three-story building with a big terrace.
Okay.
With a big terrace and balcony space from
Okay.
the outside.
Okay.
And you will not find here like any high-story building because it's not allowed by the government. If you know, all developers and all these construction companies want to make some construction, here will be like high-story buildings and the facade of the old city and the soul of the old city will disappear.
Correct.
So that's why it's like conservative like this. In 2012, it was a reconstruction of this area. And during the reconstruction, they under the now there is like a bridge road. You see?
Okay.
So under the road they found some kind of shapes.
Okay.
So this some kind of shapes, shapes which you will see now, it witnesses about the underground city.
Okay.
And also it is a continual. I will tell you about this when we go there because this kind of shape, so it witnesses that it's not a like ordinary shape. It means something, you know. It can't.
Okay.
It couldn't be made by nature. You will see now when we pass by. The nearby area of Old City Wall. By one of the versions, it is like a continue.
Which place is this?
This one.
Old City Wall.
Yes. This one is the old city wall. What does it mean? It means that this place was the entrance of the city.
Okay.
So this is a place from where Tbilisi was started. Here was the entrance of the city, and this old city wall was protecting the rest part of the city from invasion.
How it protects from invasion?
It was like an entry point.
No, how it protects from invasion?
Sorry?
How it protects from invasion?
Invasion, what does it mean? That someone comes with war, yeah?
Okay.
What is more easy? To pass by where there is nothing?
Okay.
Or when there is a wall,
Okay.
and on the wall there were like towers, you know,
Okay.
and there were warriors and army standing. So that's how it was protecting the rest part of the city.
Okay.
So now, do you see like vehicle over there?
What vehicle?
Do you see? Now it's a shop there selling something. Yeah. So this was the public transport in Georgia.
Which one?
It just captures this one.
Oh, it's a shape
Yeah,
of
you
them.
see they're like the dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. This is a statue for the lamplighter guy who was changing the electricity.
Statue of?
Lamplighter.
Oh.
This is the illustration how he's changing lamp. Yeah, but that time, you know, this occupation and this very nice and everybody respected people. So what they were doing, they were taking the specialized material, dipping it in oil and putting it there inside, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, and that time Tbilisi was like very city full of lights.
Nice.
That time it was not so many electricity, you know, as nowadays. Group of people who were called Verikas.
Okay.
Verikas, they were people like, you know, singing, dancing, and you know Halloween?
Halloween,
You know,
yes.
on Halloween, kids are going to different houses.
Yes,
and
yes,
asking
giving
for
candies,
sweets, cookies, like
sweets.
this.
Okay.
So it was perceived anciently that when Verikas, they go to any farm, you know, and ask for single things like food, clothes. Yeah. If farmer would give it to them, that it was perceived that they would have a good harvesting. You know,
Okay.
harvesting. So and that's a group of people who are like singing, dancing. You see, they don't have shoes.